Welcome to the Luxurious Mom page. Hello, luxurious moms. How y'all doing? This is day 6 of our 30 days of affirmations for self-care. And I'm gonna let y'all know it took a lot for me to do this today because I wasn't feeling it. But I'm dedicated to my 30 days of affirmations with you all, for myself. I'm dedicated. And anything I put my mind and heart to and I actually dedicate energy to, I'm going to do it. So today is December 6th. It is day 6 of our 30 days of affirmations. Let's go ahead and get right into it. We are reading from 30 Days of Affirmations for Self-Care, for your journey to self-care. Found in my bio, Amazon store. We're also reading from The Journey to Self-Care. An act of self-care a day keeps the low vibes away. Written by me. There's me, y'all. So excited to have my books on the market. So excited to be able to get this to y'all. It's like it took so much for me to publish these books. And I just want to get it out to y'all. I want to get the messages to y'all, the healing, the perspectives, and the words of encouragement that we need on the daily. I often go back and read my own book. I'm here now doing my 30 days of affirmation with you all. So I'm going to get right into day 6. Affirmation number 6. I create boundaries. That's good. I kind of touched on boundaries yesterday when I was speaking on worthy of respect, day 5, affirmation 5. But I want to go ahead and get right into it. Really, just touching the surface. You got to get the books to go ahead and get straight into it. I'm talking about deep diving, healing, shadow work, doing your inner child healing. Really. So, what I've done is just write my affirmation 3 times. Those are the instructions. Write your affirmation 3 times and then write 2 to 3 sentences on how you plan on applying it to your life. All right, affirmation number 6, day 6, December 6th. I create boundaries. I create boundaries. I create boundaries. Um, Before I come on with my 2 to 3 sentences, I do want to go ahead and read an excerpt out of The Journey to Self-Care, Amazon store, bio, link. Um, I highlighted, well, I need a highlighter, but I underlined a point, let me see, in chapter 3, uh, it's called Developing Self-Discipline. Chapter 3, Developing Self-Discipline. And a paragraph from there is talking about boundaries. So I said, self-discipline is blah blah blah. Self-discipline is setting boundaries for self. This will set the tone and make it easier to set boundaries with others you allow into your life. If you don't treat yourself in an undesirable way, then why in the world would you allow someone else to treat you that way? How in the world would you allow someone else to treat you that way? You have to set boundaries for your personal peace. This goes so good. So good with today. Setting boundaries looks like telling your homegirl you're choosing not to gossip about others on their self journey. It looks like never going back to that toxic relationship that was equally heaven and hell. It looks like telling your kids you need your space for a few moments. And I just want to get into it because that is so important in life. Because if you're anything like me, giver, 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 give from the heart. Oh, I got so much love to give, 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 give. The takers are as just as hungry. They take, take, take. They don't have boundaries. Takers don't have boundaries. They're gonna take whatever you keep giving, 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 even if they watch you deplete yourself. So you have to set boundaries. You have to, excuse me, you have to create boundaries. Um, to protect yourself, protect your peace, protect your mental health. That's a lot of our problems these days. We think, oh, mental health is just about worldly problems. A lot of it has to do with internal problems, boundaries we never set. We just keep letting people do whatever, say whatever, and keep allowing them access to our lives. Like, let's create some boundaries. Okay. So, my 2 to 3 sentences, I was thinking of, like I said, it's always the hardest part for me, actually thinking out and writing out and mapping out how I plan to apply these affirmations in my life, because you can say affirmations all day, affirmation, all day and night. How do I plan to create boundaries? So, so I would start by creating boundaries within myself, right? So everything starts with self. Everything started with self. I would develop self-discipline. Chapter 3, developing self-discipline. I would then analyze each relationship in my life and create boundaries where they lack. So I'm gonna go through my top 10 people in my life. You know, the people you talk to the most, or the people, kind of keep up with the most in life, or your circle of tribe. I will start with the top 10 after I create boundaries with myself. Well, let's go back. Let's start there. Creating boundaries with myself looks like I said, it looks like self-discipline. Saying no to that cookie after 10 o'clock. Saying yes to working out when you're not doing nothing. You have the energy and ability to. And I'm talking to myself. Hello? Talking to myself, because Lord knows I need to get up and work out. Because I've been praying. I've been asking God to wake me up earlier. Give me the ambition. Because sometimes I do wake up and I go right back to sleep. But my prayers changed. I asked God to give me the strength and the will to stay up so I can get more stuff done and start my day earlier before I get my kid up. Um, and God been doing it. I be up sometimes right before my alarm clock. I be so irritated, but not stop. I be like, all right, thanks God. See what you doing? Thank you. So after I get what I prayed for, it's up to me to do the work, right? So creating boundaries with yourself is like basically, like I said, self discipline. Um, allowing yourself to express. You know what I'm saying? Just allowing yourself to express yourself. Like, you don't like something, it's okay to express that. That's, to me, that's setting a personal boundary, because I guess that's setting boundaries with others. I don't know, setting boundaries, period. It's just like, we're going to stop here, non negotiables. These are my boundaries. I'm creating my boundaries. So, creating boundaries with others looks like, well, no, friend, I don't want I don't want to hear the gossip today. No, no, friend. No, you can't solicit your advice unto me today. Well, no, friend. I don't have the energy for you to call and just energetically dump your problems onto me. I don't have that. That's setting boundaries to me. Let's look up the definition of boundaries just to have, you know, a literal understanding. Boundary, a line that marks the limit of an area, a limit of a subject or sphere of activity. So yeah, your limits, your non-negotiables in life, like what are your boundaries? What are your personal boundaries? Create them. Stand on them. Don't let up. These are your boundaries in your life because it's like once you start practicing setting boundaries, I start with myself. Well, let me stop there. I start with my kids. It seems like the most difficult task to handle with that, besides myself. So I feel like if I could set boundaries with my kids, I can set boundaries with anybody. I already got past the hard part. Y'all nothing. I'm not saying y'all nothing, but like you're easier to do because I already did it with the people that has to be in my life. I say I want to kick my kids out of my life, but if they become adults and disrespectful adults and cross my boundaries, like I'm gonna put some space in between us. It's personal. This is a personal. This is a journey to self care. This is a self journey. It's a journey. A Nipsey like to call it a marathon. But either way, that shit keep going. You keep learning. You keep supposed to evolve. Everything else around you evolve. Your job got boundaries. And it's important. I feel like it's important for us to create boundaries so we can show our children how to create boundaries. I allow my children to create boundaries with me. I do. They don't feel like cuddling. They don't feel like hugging and kissing right then. I let them say, Mom, I don't feel like that. 'Cause I tell it to them. I'm like, okay, personal space. Excuse me. Come let me know when you do feel like that. I allow my kids to set boundaries. I think it's time to actually have the boundary conversation with them. I had it here and there with my daughter, but it's time to go ahead and reiterate that um, boundary setting. Gotta start them young. My son will be 5 in a couple weeks. My daughter just turned 11. They're getting older. Ain't getting no younger, so I have to teach them and also display healthy boundary creating to them. Because kids learn by what? Repetition, and they learn by what they see. Consistency. So if your kids in your house watching, you know what I'm saying, watching you take back a person disrespected you multiple times in front of your kids, like, what is that telling your kids? They're gonna grow up with no boundaries. Like me. They don't grow up with no boundaries. Just let anybody say whatever. I don't think I let anybody do whatever to me, but I used to just like brush shit off all the time. Walking around with no non-negotiables. It's crazy. Peace just wide open to be violated. Just telling motherfuckers to come disturb my peace and come back when you done disturbing it. Cause I don't have no boundaries. So yeah, that's the importance of creating boundaries, moms. We have to for ourselves, for our sanity, for our children, for our peace. for our self-care, our self-love. Create these boundaries and don't let up. Okay. Um, so yeah, day 6, affirmation 6, December 6th of 30 days of affirmation for your journey to self-care. I create boundaries. I create boundaries. I create boundaries. Create boundaries. I will start by creating boundaries with myself. I will develop self-discipline. I will then analyze each relationship in my life and create boundaries where they lack. So, moms, let's say 6, affirmation 6, our 30 days. And y'all go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button. Subscribe. I'm going to have so much more for 2024. This is just the kickstart for 2024. It's to get our mind right before we even get there. This was so perfect for me. 30 days in December. So on New Year's Eve, like, we could be refreshing, rejuvenated, and ready to move into the new year with an affirmed mind for my self-care. Y'all like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. Go get your books, go get your books, go get your books. They free on Kindle right now until the end of the challenge, December 31st. They going to regular price. Go get your books, y'all, so y'all can get this healing, peace, love, and blessings always. See you, Mom.